right, good morning, everybody. I want to say hi to everybody. Happy New Year. This is a really wonderful to have everybody to see you again on connection. Anyway, we will start our webinar today. Somehow I have difficulty setting up the live stream. I don't know why, but anyway, we will see whether I could do that or not. If I cannot, that's why I hope the live stream is okay. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I will start up my webinar today, and hopefully that everybody will be getting some knowledge how well will be so important to keep your cholesterol low so you can able to maintain good health. So that is today's webinar. It's going to be an important webinar today, actually. A lot of people don't realize if you can get your good health, wow, that's make all the difference. Okay. Anyway, the reason why I continue on this cholesterol seminar is because of the fact that we have a lot of customer come back to ask me. They say, "Hey, Andrew, you know what? Really at the end of the day, does it cholesterol really affect my heart?" And I said, yes, it's so important because, as I mentioned, I have a client who has really at the end of the day with high blood sugar, and we have fixed him up on blood sugar, and eventually we able to get him to go down the blood sugar all the way down to 7 below, A1C 7 below, which is very happy, But on the hand, the sad part of that was, his blood cholesterol is still continue to be high, although he's on medication. But he didn't realize that, just medication, really, do you know how much your cholesterol have plucked up your heart? And he really did not know. So at the end of the day, I asked him, "Hey, why don't you see a cardiologist?" So he went to the cardiologist. The cardiologist told him two things, two choices after the examination. Is that one, you can act right away tomorrow, and after 2 days, give you the choice. You can go to get your angioplasty. If you don't, you never need to come back. The reason is his coronary artery is plugged 96%. That's mean he has extremely high risk. If he doesn't do the angioplasty, he will die. So heart is one of the most important things in your body. If your heart stop, you are end of the game. So just like car engine. If your car engine doesn't start anymore, your car is dead. Same for human beings. So that's why I want to make sure that you know about how important truly lower your cholesterol to ensure your heart keep pumping and make sure your life is good. If you don't do that, then it will be tough. Anyway, so today's seminar is very interesting. It's really help you to start off and say, okay, what is the importance of cholesterol? Why you have to know about LDL, HDL, and triglyceride? Because all these things are so important for your body. Understand what different cholesterol level is for you. It's important. You have to monitor. You have to go to doctors to actually check and able to get that done. So that is the typical thing that you got to do. So anyway, that's why I need to make sure that you have a good check of your cholesterol, and you have to also understand how the cholesterol level, and because that is important. Let me just get my picture a little louder. Okay, good. And if you don't know your cholesterol level, you will not know what is the risk of your heart risk. And you have to have basically, if you're high cholesterol level, so what do you do? Besides checking a cholesterol level, you also need to know what is the lifestyle intervention, how we can help you to like exercise, diet, all those things that we'll talk about that today. And how Lowsutea can help you. Now, this is a really important thing, by the way. A lot of people start realizing, wow, Lowsutea actually helping me to lower my cholesterol. And that is the key. You can drink it. Matter of fact, now I have more people actually start Lowsutea. It's not the blood sugar issue. It's a cholesterol issue. Many of our customers start off with cholesterol is like 3 point something, or so later on we can tell you why, because like today, the next slide, we'll talk about why cholesterol is so important. So with that, we'll start our webinar with understand what is a 4 stage of diabetes. And you can tell, okay, Let me tell you why. First of all, I noticed I have a lot of people from different places, from Philippines, Hong Kong, US, Los Angeles, Hawaii, Canada. Now, a lot of people don't realize there's 4 stages of diabetes. It's very important. First stage is when the LDL cholesterol goes up, and then they'll damage the B cell, which is the pancreas, come out with a B cell that take the sugar into the cells. When that damage, unfortunately, more and more B cells come out, and it's not going to work. Your blood sugar will keep going up because it doesn't go into the cells to use it as a fuel. So net result, your blood will mix with the LDL cholesterol and the sugar. The blood becomes very thick, and it will form clots everywhere. Now, when clot being formed, you can very quickly to move to stage 2, because what happened is, as you know, at this stage, all the cholesterol is stuck on the vessels everywhere, the entire body. This is not only to some part of the body, this entire body. So when these plaques start forming, your space in a vessel is getting less and less. So blood pressures keep going up and up and up. So that's stage 2. Now, if you don't do anything, unfortunately, your blood sugar will continue to go up. Now, then you go to stage 3, which is pre-diabetic, meaning that the doctor will start measuring your blood sugar and understanding what stage are you in. And they will measure your blood sugar called A1C, HbA1c. HbA1c is hemoglobin, how many percent of sugar attached to this hemoglobin. It's the red cells that will go all over the body. And you have 5.7% attached, you're a normal person. If you've been 5.7, 6.4, you are pre-diabetic. So if you don't do anything, it will start very easy, fast, and go into pre-diabetic stage and just keep marching up and up to 6.4. Now, if you still don't do anything, eventually, you know what can happen? You will go to stage 4, which is you become diabetic. Now, once you've been diabetic, you cannot go back, okay? Now, doctor usually give you a chance to say, okay, I'll give you 6 months, you turn your blood sugar back. But unfortunately, a lot of time, you don't get that chance because you don't do anything. Your blood sugar can go up to 5.77, then you ever diabetic. Insurance goes up, everything goes up. So keep in mind, this 4th stage is so easy to understand. Now, we don't want you just to drink Lowsutea. We want you to make sure follow the program. Like drinking Lowsutea, having a low carb diet, low fat diet, all that should be there. You have to continue exercise, 8 to 10,000 steps per day. You have to weight control, lower your BMI to 23. You have to listen to Dr. Webinar. We will, and also daily measure, daily blood tracking. Now, the daily blood tracking is really good because you measure your blood sugar, you measure your diet, your weight, and your blood pressure. So everything is in there. So you can just check where you're at. The key is track. The thing is, if your A1C is 10+% even higher, we will, if you drink Lowsutea 6 to 8 cups a day, you will lower your A1C to 5.7 or lower. And this is really work. Just drink tea, nothing else. And this is just a supplement. And Lowsutea, why it works? There's 2 things in Lowsutea. One is that guava leaves, which is block the sugar going to the blood vessels. And second is bitter melon. Bitter melon actually take sugar to increase the insulin sensitivity, and then because of that, the insulin works again, that takes sugar into the cell. And then excess sugar, the sugar, cholesterol, and sodium will be dumped out urine. When sodium got out the urine, the body, the blood pressure will come down. So 3 high will come down: blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. And plus it will detox. So when you drink Lowsutea, you will avoid a lot of more, where you go to urination a lot more, but that's okay because you dump out all the rubbish. Okay, so now we'll talk a little bit more about heart. Why heart is so important? Because heart is just have to continue to pump, bring the right oxygen, blood, and nutrition throughout the cells. And then plus whatever waste come off, go into your kidney, dumps it off. So without your heart pumping, like a car engine, it doesn't work, you die, basically. So heart is so important. So you have to protect your heart. And you have to basically have your heart continue to work real well. So you exercise, everything, your heart will be pump more blood throughout the body. So you sweat a lot and able to move bodies and give you nutrition. You're able to get healthy. Heart to move, do all that. If you do not have a healthy heart, you can't even climb the mountain. You can't even climb step. you'll be so tired so quickly. So that's why you got to have good heart health to make sure you have all these wonderful activities you can do in life, like walking in a park, enjoy your grandchildren. You don't want to get your heart to be weak and become bigger and it won't work and you got swelling feet. Man, that would not good, because that will not give you a good quality of life. So heart is one of the most important. You must keep your heart healthy, okay? Now, why cholesterol is an important subject? Now, cholesterol actually is a very important part of the body. You cannot get rid of cholesterol because that's part of it. Is like a food, and also is part of the item that give your body energy, right? Just a waxy system doesn't mean that it's bad, because there's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. I'll tell you which one is good, which one is bad. Now, there's two cholesterol in there, or three things in there, at least you have to know. One is the LDL cholesterol. Now, that considered the bad cholesterol. The reason they call bad cholesterol is because when they start accumulated in a blood vessel, it start building plaques throughout the body, as I just mentioned earlier. If you build plaques all over the body, unfortunately, your body, like for example, this is a vessel with plaques over here, it can't go through. Then you know what? The back over here, the muscles are going to die. And if that's going to die, then you have a problem, because either you will get stroke, or you get heart attack, or you're losing your memory, because like in the brain, your food is oxygen, your blood cannot circulate to the back of the brain, so you start getting less and less of that. Eventually, you don't even remember things and stuff like that. It becomes more narrow, and so all that effect comes in. But more important is really at the end of the day is not only just loss of memory. It is actually the cells dying, and you will actually end up with a heart attack or stroke. And this is something, that's why I want you to make sure to know what is your cholesterol level. Make sure it doesn't plug. Like my friend's story, he is 96% plug. And the doctor said, if you don't able to get this blood through with angioplasty, with a stent, you will die. Basically, that's why he was do that. That's why he had right away put a stent in there, so blood flow will continue to go through all his heart muscle. He is able to survive, and that's why he was so happy. Now, so that's LDL, bad cholesterol. But however, we have a good cholesterol called HDL. Now, HDL is why it's called good cholesterol, because they bring all the excess cholesterol back to the liver and reprocess and eliminate. Okay, so really good. So you need to continue to drive your HDL up, put the LDL lower. Now, that's a triglyceride, which is a fat that it will find in your blood, which is influenced by a diet, exercise, and so forth. Now, all that triglycerides should be get lower, because if you have lower triglyceride, that means you are going to have less chance of heart attack and stroke. So that's three things you got to remember. LDL, bad cholesterol. HDL, good cholesterol. You got to keep it go up. Triglyceride, make it low, so you got less risk of getting a heart attack and also stroke, okay? Now, why cholesterol is important? Because cholesterol is part of the membrane that make hormones, vitamin D, and also build the cell structure. So all that is important for you. And so really, at the end of the day, you really got to have good cholesterol to help you to survive. And you don't want to have LDL cholesterol accumulate throughout the body, lead you to atherosclerosis and leading that heart disease. So you want to have good cholesterol to continue to get you to have good health. The HDL keep going up, not LDL, with them going down. So if you maintain good cholesterol level, then as a result, you have good chances of less cardiovascular problem. You don't want to get that, and then you cannot really at the end of the day get stroke and so forth. So you really have to have good cholesterol to maintain, like high LDL, low high HDL, low LDL, high HDL, and low LDL, and low triglycerides. So remember, keep getting your HDL up, lower the LDL, okay? That's what you got to do. Now, really, at the end of the day, you may ask, well, what is a heart disease then? Okay, now there's all kind of problem heart vessels. Now, you notice in here, there's all these cholesterol that's stuck up here and the vessel become very thin. that is your major problem. Because if you have all the blood vessels, all the blood coming through, your heart vessels are full of fats and cholesterol over here. Your first of all, your coronary artery become less and less space, so your blood pressure goes up. It also can go to other places, and also the heart vessel become narrow. It's not flexible anymore. So net result, but the most important is narrowing. So you have less blood can pass through. As time to time go through, even 96% blood, this can stopping the blood going through here to the other part of the heart muscle. Then if heart muscle don't have, you have about 20, 30 minutes, it doesn't get it. And eventually it gets less and less and less. Few seconds, you die, basically. So you really do not want to have that to basically limit your blood flow through your heart vessels, because the heart vessel can die very quickly, by the way. So you got to get it really, don't get in this situation. And this is always Asian is you got to talk to doctor way ahead early, so you can able to eliminate the chances you have to get you have to do an angioplasty, get a stents here, so you get a little tube here so the blood can go through. So this is the kind of things that you got to do. Okay, now keep in mind the cost of that in global is 17.9 million deaths. So every 4 out of 5 heart disease are due to heart attack and stroke. Okay, so really this can be a major problem, and you know what, you can prevent it. You can stop this. You don't have to have that. Okay, you want to make sure that you can have that to make sure that you keep yourself healthy. Okay, that is the key. Keeping yourself healthy, eliminate this cholesterol. That's simple. Okay, now LDL cholesterol tend to build up the raw artery, forming plaque. Basically, just what I said. If they are continue goes up, it restrict blood flow coming through. So when you have not blood flow coming through, then net result, the back part of this muscles cannot get blood. You get heart attack, because then you cannot get this blood, like food, energy, the muscles will die, and also the muscles start damaging, and also if you lack of all these blood passes through, you're gonna get high chest pain, start getting off, and you have to really fastly go to ER, emergency room, not to go to the doctor office. When you have this chest pain, usually this chest pain radiate up to your left arm and come up here to the shoulder, always to the jaw right here. And this chest pain can be sharp, can be aggravating. A lot of people misunderstand this is maybe a stomach problem, but if you are elderly and start feeling this part going up, you gotta go down to the hospital. You gotta call an ambulance, or at least go as fast as you can, go to the hospital to check this out, make sure you don't have a heart attack. A lot of people also felt that, oh, it's not a shoulder pain here, but you feel like you have a toothache pain besides some pain here, discomfort. So all that is a sign of heart attack. So key in, if you have a sign of heart attack, is not going to, I can make a doctor appointment. There's no doctor appointment you're going to make. You have to go to hospital real fast. Now, I can tell you a real true story. A friend of mine, which is an elderly guy, he is 92 or 93 years old. He thought that he actually injured his arm here. So what he did is say, son, take me to a Chinese doctor to see he can fix his arm. And the son said, yeah, okay, Dad, I will take you there. But during the time he going to the car, going to a Chinese doctor, you know what, his arm getting sore and coming up here. But he did not really have injured arm. He has a heart attack. The arm got very painful, right up here. He just thought that, wow, my arm is not doing. And by the way, because the son don't realize he has gotten a heart attack, they didn't drive him to the emergency room. It drive him in just going to the dentist. During the time going to the dentist, the heart stopped. So at that time, it's too late then. By the time you can't really do too much, you try to save the father during the trip. But really, at the end of the day, keep in mind, if you have pain on this, even elderly and coming up to the neck, go ER, go to the emergency room, go to Hong Kong casualty, go US emergency, call ambulance. And so you can do it quick, okay? Now, stroke is a similar situation. When you have blood coming through here, and the brain now I'm talking about. And then you plaque up the vessels right here on the brain, and then the blood going through at the end where the blood cells is need energy in the brain. And then really at the end of the day, the brain muscles will start dying, and it's going to die, and eventually that part, once it's dead, you can't start getting a stroke. And that stroke could be whatever. You can start losing speech, you can slur speech, whatever. Could be cannot move, losing some function in one arm. So it depends where it's stuck, okay? Could be left brain, right brain. Okay, so really, if you have symptom and sign, for example, stroke, like, I start getting weakness of one arm. I start speech getting slur speech. And then you start not able to kind of understand, very confused. Your family got to take you to emergency right away. Do not really wait till I'm going to doctor office, because that is not the time to go to doctor office. You have only a very short time. Within 1 hour, you got to ER. So get the blood going through to your brain. If not, you will have permanent damage, and that will be not good for you at all, because the permanent damage, you know what's going to happen? You are going to have tremendous physical issue. You're not going to walk around, the recovery a long period of time, and that will be so detrimental. So really, when you're stroke, you got to go emergency right away. Fast. Go emergency, okay? So now you know there's some symptom of stroke already and some sort of heart attack. So now what is that called peripheral arterial disease? Now, really, the plaque can go not only brain, not only heart, it's also plug up on the leg, extra extremity. It could be wherever the lower extremity. So now you're going to get pain, cramp, and potentially lead to tissue damage. All that will be, if you don't do it right, your blood circulation becomes so bad, then you also will get severe, your blood circulation, your blood, your leg start playing blue, is really killing your leg, basically. If your leg die, you know what? You're going to amputate, or your toe die, you're going to amputate. So all that we have to be really watch. Now, with that, you should also, if you get cramp all the time, now certainly this is not as fast as at heart attack and stroke. You got to see doctor. You cannot wait, okay? And examine whether that is really need to go to hospital or get special treatment. So really, this is the area where cholesterol level, heart go up. With the heart disease, you got to really go where? Not doctor office, ER, emergency room, casualty, wherever you nearby, go to emergency room, get doctor, check it out. Stroke, same thing. So these are two things that key message for you. You have to remember, okay? Now, so what is the level of low density liver protein, which is the LDL cholesterol? Basically, for US people should be less than 100 milligram per dil. Now that's important, 100 milligram per dil. For Hong Kong, should be less than 2.6 millimole per liter, because in the British system, the measurement is a little different. So the HDL, high density now, you should have for men should be at least more than 40 milligram per dil and more than 1.0 millimole per liter. For women, 50 milligram per dil for women and greater than 1.3 millimole per liter. This is greater, not less. So more than 1.0 for men, for women is 1.3. Now triglyceride, you got to lower. So you should have at least less than 100 milligram per liter. So net result, you really have 1.69 millimole per liter, okay? So all that is really important for you to remember. Now, certainly if you are diabetic, the doctor may even want your LDL cholesterol even lower. They probably want you to be 7 milligram per dil and also 1.82 millimole per liter. Now, this is for diabetic patient or pre-diabetic patient, because as you know, pre-diabetic patient, why they have special low? Because they mix with the blood, the cholesterol and the sugar, and then they damage the B cell. More B cells damage, your blood sugar continue goes up, and will be more plaques to form because the more thickness of the cholesterol. So that's why they have the highest standard. So now you have a high cholesterol. What do? And really, you might potential heart disease, right? Very important. Check: are you obese? Okay, meaning I'm overweight. I'm my BMI is actually 30. Okay, and more. Or I'm heavy. So you got to have lower your weight. Now, lower your weight meaning there's several things you have to do. You have to exercise. You have to diet control. The key is if you lower your weight, it will be better for insulin. Your lipid will be lower. Everything will go better. So really, if you lower your weight 10% of your weight, you minus 1% of your A1C. Imagine that. That is so important. So a lot of people say, "Wow, it's hard, man. I'm elderly. I can't lower my weight that much." No, you can. Up to you. You can do it or not. Because if not, you don't lower your weight, it's going to be tough. Okay. Now then, you have to have lower your stress. Now, a lot of people don't realize if you work, like I have a lot of ladies who are executive and approach me. You said, I'm stressed out. The thing is the cholesterol keep going up. Well, the reason is when you're stressed, one of the things that your hormone is called cortisol will give you the hormone to go fight, fight, fight. And in net result of that the hormone cortisol, it gives you all the energy to go fight, fight, fight. It also elevated blood cholesterol. So net result, your heart disease potential develop. That's why stress, you have to take it easy, watch some green out there, drink Lowsutea, relax every day, enjoy yourself, lift up your feet, and have a relaxing time to help you to lower your stress. Stress not only lower your cholesterol, it also lower your blood sugar. So keep in mind, two things. You got kill two birds with one stone. You got to lower your stress. Okay. Now, also, if you are unhealthy diet, especially I saw a lot of young guys, well, not young, middle-aged people. Now they don't really want to cook. So every day they go out to buy some food. Unfortunately, buy food is they buy a chicken with lots of fat, not a lot of fat. Also a lot of char siu, one of the roast pork thing, a lot of fat. All those are not necessarily healthy. So really, at the end of the day, like for example, if you like McDonald's, don't eat that a lot of McDonald's because those are could be a lot of fat, a lot of cholesterol, and worse than a lot of now young kids is like what bubble tea, boom, 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 drink a lot of sugar. All those things are good enough to increase your high cholesterol, high sugar. That's not good for you. So healthy diet is important. So what you got to do, you have to eat lots of vegetable, very little starch, but lots of the protein will be more fish, not red meat, and white meat, chicken, for example, lean. So that's what you do. Now, alcohol consumption is the same thing. If you have too much alcohol, you will actually decrease, lower your HDL and also increase your triglyceride. Now, increase your triglycerides, what is heart disease risk, okay? But not least is you are a person that you don't move around, you don't do exercise. So regular exercise is so important for you to make sure lower your cholesterol, which is really true, because I noticed if I walk 10,000 steps, my cholesterol go down. So because that's what you're going to do. I have other people that I'm talking 10,000 steps per day, not per week, 10,000 steps a day. So keep walking because that will be so important. And certainly, really, at the end of the day, you have to, lifetime modification to help you to lower your cholesterol. And really, your focus, you have to change your lifestyle. So you got to have balanced diet. So you have a lot of vegetable, whole grain, lean protein, limited your red meat, no processed food, no more big sausage, sugar drink, all those. And drink Lowsutea, 2 bags of Lowsutea per day, 8 cups. You instead of drinking water, you drink Lowsutea. That would definitely help you. And a lot of people doing that now, they start seeing her cholesterol going down. Some of my client is under 88. In Hong Kong, they're under 2.5. They are good. They all come from 3, 4, and above, and now coming down. So that's really good. Again, you have to manage stress because, as I mentioned, if you don't manage your stress, it increase your cortisol, increase your blood sugar and cholesterol. Now you have to regular exercise. You have to have 150-minute exercise per week, and hopefully that you can do 10,000 steps a day. Walking is really easy. It helps you to do everything. You don't have to do a lot of stuff. A lot of my clients now after dinner, they walk shopping mall. It's air conditioned, nice music, seeing the fashion. They don't want to buy, but they can really enjoy the walk, and they are wonderful. You have to minimize alcohol consumption. Basically, again, you can basically 2 glasses of wine max for men, 1 glass for women. So imagine just drink Lowsutea instead of just alcohol, that would be better. Now, smoking actually will definitely screw up your heart condition. So quit smoking. Now, one of the more important is really weight management, because your weight is so heavy. Like, for example, I'm overweight. I have BMI over 30. Your heart will have to pump harder to move your whole body. Imagine that if you have, 50 or 60 pounds more, your heart has to pump 50 or 60 times harder for compensate your overweight. So if you're overweight, cut it down, man. Lower your weight, because that is not going to help you. If you lower 1% of your weight, you actually lower 1% A1C. So your A1C 8, you drop it down to 7. So these are the natural benefit. You don't have to do much more, but you can just work with it. Lower weight. Be sensible to make sure your BMI go over 20. Now, I know it takes time to work. For me, it's the same thing. I used to have 225 pounds, right? Now I'm 190. So I felt much better. I don't feel heavy. I still have to move another 10 pounds less, but it took a few years. It's okay, because as you go on, you see your A1C just keep dropping. Okay? So keep doing it. Don't give up, because it works. Okay? Now, how do you maintain all these things on good cholesterol level? First of all, you have to talk to your doctor and consistent follow-up, because cholesterol, the only way you can know is you measure your blood sugar. So blood cholesterol plus your blood sugar, they usually measure at the same time. Always check your blood cholesterol, see whether it works or not. Really, it's in the target. Are you under, for Hong Kong, maybe under 2.5, for US, under 100. Okay, so you have to check LDL. Is it like that? Is the HDL going up more, greater than 1? Women's greater than 3. So you have to keep checking. Now, you have to keep looking how to maintain your strategy of the cholesterol level. Like, for example, more exercise, diet, all the things has to be in there. And also, you have to ask your family to help support you, meaning that your wife can encourage you, your children encourage you. All that has to be there to help you to say, wow, I keep doing it now. This is very important. A lot of time we are so gung-ho and say, hey, my cholesterol is going up and I will do something about it. But as time goes on, your cholesterol is actually better controlled now. So you got to scut legs. So you're not going to do much anymore. And then what? The cholesterol keep going back up. So the key is get your friends know, get your family know, members know, keep telling you, hey, you're not supposed to eat so much, ice cream, for example, or sweet, whatever. Help you to maintain it. Have you been exercise? All that thing reminding you, so you go do it. Certainly, that's why you listen to this webinar, because important in education, self management. Really, if you know more skill set of this webinar, understand what cholesterol means to you, what it means heart attack means to you, what stroke means to you. You don't want to be there. You want to be make sure with your family in good health, right? So this is what you got to do. So really, at the end of the day, you have to manage yourself, because no one can do it except yourself. You can choose to say, I want to be healthy. I don't want to be sick. And that is the only way to do it. So do help yourself to make sure self-manage your skill. Now, last but not least, really, Lowsutea, this definitely help you to give you the natural herbal tea. There's 2 things in there, only a guava leaves and bitter manna, nothing else. There's not a drugs. It's not drug. And you're taking cholesterol pill, it's okay. It will not contraindicate your cholesterol pill. You should drink Lowsutea really is okay to drink with the medication, even your diabetic medication. You have no contraindication. So you use Lowsutea to help you lower your blood sugar together with your drugs. It's okay. And typically, it's a very good relaxing drink. And then you have lower blood sugar, you decrease your high blood cholesterol, bad cholesterol, that's an LDL cholesterol, lower. And also the high blood pressure is also lower. So this is going to be wonderful things to do. So in conclusion, really at the end of the day, today is so important to understand cholesterol is include three things. One is the LDL cholesterol must maintain down, going down, LDL, HDL going up, triglyceride also going down. All that give you a very important health for you to these three cholesterol. Now, often the bad cholesterol, if it is increased, like the LDL increased, or triglyceride increase the risk of you getting heart disease or stroke. Okay, so HDL has got a good cholesterol, protects against heart disease, and also you just have to do exercise, dieting. Really, with exercise, HDL cholesterol will go up. So man is more than 1%, and woman 1.3. Okay. Now triglycerides is the same thing. A fat in the blood it impacts your heart health. So you want to make sure that go down. So manage cholesterol is very simple. Basically, diet, exercise, and certainly if you need to talk to the doctor, get medication to maintain your heart health. Now that is really important because the medication usually they help you not to form clots, plaques on your blood vessels. That's what they do. Now you have to, in order for you to understand where you're at, you have to monitor cholesterol level to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Anyway, basically continue to go when you see the doctor to tell you, okay, your cholesterol in what level, LDL what level, HDL is level. So you have maintained is all normal level and continue to drive the HDL go up, and drive your LDL go down, then you are in good shape. So cholesterol is a continual proactive work throughout your life from now on. If you continue to do it good, you know what? Most likely you're not going to have a heart attack. And most likely you're in good health. And make sure to watch if you have any kind of chest pain going up here, going up the neck, hey, go to the ER, man. And also if you have stroke, you feel like something, I lost some function on one arm, my speak is getting slur. Hey, you know what? You gotta go ER, not doctors, okay? So do remember this. And as you get older, not actually even 50 years old or 60 years old, you have a potential chance of that. So remember, you got to keep your heart healthy. If your engine doesn't work, you're gone. That's it. End of the day. I want your engine to continue to work, continue good. And so you can continue to be healthy and enjoy life, enjoy your grandchildren. So today, this is my webinar. I hope you have all enjoyed, my webinar. If you have any question, write down to Andy, ANDY, at WAHFONG.com. Write to me. A lot of people do write to me and they say, "Hi, thank you very much. You alert me on breast cancer or whatever." They really talk to me about this and they ask me plenty of questions and I help to answer them. So Andy at WANDY at WAHFONG.com. Or you want to WhatsApp me, it's okay. It's 852-3001-5644. 852-3001-5644. Or 852-6792-8891. That would be another one. So anything that you need to know more or you have questions, do write to me. I know some people kind of don't like to ask questions here. That's fine, because I think I have a lot of questions from my client that actually write to me a little more privately. They think, but that's okay. But I appreciate you actually spending the time in your Saturday or your Friday night weekend to actually listen to the webinar. And that is so helpful because now you have the skill set at understanding the knowledge base of what does a heart attack look like, what a stroke look like, and how you got to make sure you go to hospital quick, and you can able to save your life, and you will not get all these, long health damage, that you will be physical disability and so forth. So we don't want you to do that. I want you to be healthy, enjoy life, and see your grandchildren, and enjoy the quality of life. Thank you very much, and hope you have a wonderful time, and I hope you enjoy the seminar, and I look forward to work with you again in the next few weeks. Take care. Bye-bye.